For the function f of x, x cubed minus f of x squared plus 3 of x divided by 3 to the x minus 15. Complete the fully explain how you arrive at the answers to the two parts. Part A, find and classify all relative extremos for f of x everywhere the function is defined. Remember that you need to consider where f prime of x equals 0 and where f prime of x doesn't exist. So the first step I did was to find the derivative of the original function, and I realized it was a quotient rule because things are getting divided. And I know quotient rule is g of g times f of 1 minus f times g times f prime minus f times g prime over g squared. So I did that, and then I got my derivative, which is right here. After I got my derivative, the second step I did was I graphed it. I found the zeros to be at I found the zeros to be at 0.34 comma 0 and 5.63 comma 0. And the extremas to be at x equals 0.34 and x equals 5.63. So then I'd use the sign chart that we learned in class to test this, and I found a value below 0.34, which is 0, in between 0.34 and 5.63, which was 1, and above 5.63, which I got 6. I plugged them into the derivative equation, and I found that 0 output was negative, the output for 1 was positive, and the output for 6 was negative. And what we learned from class is if it goes negative to positive, that's a minimum, and it goes positive to negative, that's a maximum. So I found the min to be at x equals 0.34, and the max to be at x equals 5.63. Part B, find and classify the absolute extrema on the intervals -4 to 2. So step 1, I plugged each value back into the original equation and found the absolute extremas, so I made another sign chart. -4 on one end, 2 on the other, which is the interval, and 0.34 in the middle because I realized that 5.63 was bigger than 2, so I couldn't use that, so I'd use 0.34. So then I plugged 0.4 back into the original equation, and I got 10.48, plugged 0.34 back into the original function, and got -0.0355, and plugged 2 back into the original function and got 1. And so I found the biggest output was -4, comma 10.48, and the smallest was 0.34, comma -0.0355. So then I knew that the absolute max for this interval was at -4, comma 10.48, and the absolute min for this interval was at 0.34, comma -0.0355. And that's one mistake I had was the quotient rule formula. It's actually g prime of x times f of x minus f prime of x times g of x over g squared.